What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of BurlyFishing. Today we are talking about a couple of boxes here. We're going to do a quick review. We've got something I think pretty dang new.
Super new.
Gosh dang new to the market. So we're going to check that out. Paul was using it all day today. We're going to compare that to one that I've been using a lot, the Plano Edge Series, and then another one of my kind of go-to favorites, the Bass Mafia. This is the terminal coffin, but actually all of their boxes are pretty much exactly like this. This just has a few different inserts. So we're gonna get to that in a second. If you guys like the video, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, ring the notification bell, and you'll see when we post more videos. But also, you can check out the BurlyFishing podcast. I dropped it, I did it.
Finally.
And also follow us on social media at BurlyFishing. Let's get right into this thing. So we're gonna just take a look at these three boxes here real quick. We'll pop them open, walk through pros and cons, what we like, what we don't like. So I'm gonna start with Plano. I'm gonna let Paul do this. This is a Buzbe box, which is it's called the Colony
28.
The Colony 28. So go check out Buzbe. You're gonna see what that's all about in a second. I'll let him do the walkthrough. I'm gonna do Bass Mafia and the Plano Edge Series. So Plano Edge Series, if you guys haven't seen it before, it's a little bit like that. We've got these dividers, which for me, like, positive off the top is that these dividers come all pre-divided. You don't have to cut them, cut the tabs like you normally do with the other boxes, but more importantly than that, it keeps your stuff dry. So we have this moisture wick system in here that acts as a divider, so you can pop that in there, divide up your baits a little bit more, but it's also going to draw moisture out of the box. So it's watertight, got the watertight seal around that. This is actually what I like the most about this, is the single latch. So this latch is just one big piece, put it over the lip, snap it shut. You can do it one-handed. It's super easy to use. It does also float. We got some on the water footage of Paul's floating. This will do actually the same thing if you check that out. But all in all, I like it. We got like the crystal clear plastic cover there so I can see everything that's in here, make my choice, move on. But again, the lack of moisture in here is really like my big thing. Plus the pre-divided dividers makes a pretty huge difference, and that water wick. So those are my big pluses. Plus it's really strong. We're not going to run Paul's over with a truck, but if you guys want to see Buzbe get run over by a truck, just go look up some Buzbe videos. They're pretty rad. Bass Mafia would be the next one. Now we actually just had a situation.
We had a thing that happened.
We had a situation occur. So I do love this. The problem is that this latch, super secure. You will see this latch on the Buzbe, also super secure. These latches, not as secure. So kind of waltzed into the house here today holding both of these. One slipped out, fell to the ground, and all the hooks went everywhere.
And all the kids immediately were, "Give me the hooks."
And the kids were bounding in, and I was like, "No, scoop them up, scoop them up." And I just stabbed myself 1,000 times. But overall, it's actually a pretty great box. So if you guys get these, the non-terminal version, the terminal just means you're going to get these little sections here for, you know, your hooks. You can put in the individually slotted areas there, so your hooks aren't just like sliding around all willy-nilly, getting snagged up on each other and whatever. Put, you know, jig heads in here like we have our Ned rig heads right there, so they don't bang into each other and chip the paint, which is nice. And then you've got your sinkers right in there. So we got our worm weights, flipping weights. You can divide them all up. They don't bang into each other and chip, which is also great. If you have the regular Bass Mafia boxes, you're gonna have a bunch of these dividers, which also come pre-divided, and that's huge. I mean, right off the bat, that's pretty huge. You don't have to cut them up like you do your normal Planos and whatever. It is a ridiculously tough box, and I mean, whether you turn it over, flip it around, whatever, once it's closed, those hooks don't really move around into the other compartments, which is an issue I have with some of the, you know, cheaper tackle boxes that are out there. You know, all in all, I like it. The latches could be more secure. That's one big issue that I have with it, but it definitely checks a lot of boxes.
Floatable?
This is like 1,000 pounds right now. I highly doubt floatable. Haven't tested it. Could. Not going to. But yeah, so that's the Bass Mafia and the Plano Edge Series. The nice thing about the Plano Edge 2 is that it comes in a bunch of different boxes. So I have a jig box, they have the spinnerbait box, you got the cranking boxes, the deep boxes. I mean, there's a ton of different options with these. And price point, we should probably talk price point too. So the regular Bass Mafia boxes are about $24.99. The terminal coffin is $50, which, ouch, is pretty expensive. The regular Planos, like this one, I have 5, 6 of these. They're $24.99. The Jiggin box is $29.99, and then some of the specialty ones are gonna push that $39, $49. Their terminal box is $49.99.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit pricier, but you're paying for the convenience of the organization within that.
Single latch.
Single latch still, the single latch is money, man. Like, to me, the single latch, we're gonna compare these, and that Buzbe versus Plano, like, that's my one big piece, because they are gonna look pretty similar. So we're gonna put them to head to head here. But let's get into that Buzbe,
Yeah,
dude.
let me talk to you about this Buzbe.
What about this Buzbe, dude?
So pretty new. First of all, super secure latches, right? Metal,
Heavy
plastic,
duty.
heavy duty. Love that. There are 2 of them, not 1.
Oh
my god!
I'm out of here.
How can I do this?
I don't want them.
Does have the rubber seal around the outside, so it does float. You'll be able to see that in action.
Check the footage right now. Yeah. Yo, Paul, you got that new Buzbe? Can I see that, dude? Yeah. Big enough. Don't let it get in the water. Dude. What? Hang on. Hang on.
Everything's fine.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got it. Don't worry. I'll get it. Calm down. It's fine. Dude.
Get what you need and then give me that back.
I don't need it. I just want to see it. Thanks for here you go. Oh no. Oh no. All right, dick move. Check the
Now,
footage.
the nice thing about the Buzbe that I think is kind of the unique thing is they've got their system where you can essentially plop these boxes out and move them
Does this
around as
snap
you
in?
see fit. Yeah, they do sit. They snap right in there. They sit down real nice, super secure, right? But yeah, I mean, you can move these out as needed. So for me, as a kayak angler,
Let me see this.
do your thing.
I need to see. Okay. See the bottom there, guys?
Yeah,
Look at that.
There's a couple of different ones, and then they've got their little hex down in there, right? So that
we
you
got
can just
that.
seat those real nice. And then, oh, look at that. Oh my gosh.
Are you going to switch it up? You can't do that?
Yeah.
No, it actually pushes it in place. That's pretty
Yeah, and then
nice.
they have all these little individual little sections that you can buy in different sizes. So if you want to keep your soft plastics in here, you can do the soft plastic size. If you like the little size, like I have on my poppers that I keep for my flies when I'm looking for bluegill, you can keep a couple of those in there. The square size, I've got like 5 or 6 different spinners in there. Yeah, I mean, just really convenient. So like, yeah, if you're a kayak angler and you're looking for something where like this is, I keep
like a
the
one
intent
box
was
for
like
the day.
1 box for the day. So like I can just swap these out, and it's like
This is all you used all day today, right?
it's all used all day. So I've got my
There you go.
my 1 box that has like my jerk baits, my 2 feet or less. You've got the deep divers, chatterbaits, spinners, like all the different stuff that you want. You can swap them out for whatever you do in that day, without having to do a lot of work. So that saves a lot of time on prep, makes things really easy. The other thing is they've got all these like indentations here, right? Where you can, when you close this up, those things aren't moving. So once this is closed, it's holding all those in place, which is just another way for you to make sure that you're not kind of having stuff move from one box to the other. These things aren't jiggling around. Other than your baits, there is no sound. These do stack, right? So they've got, they've got it set up so that when these stack up, they all hold together real nice, which is pretty rad. Dude, super secure. If you look at the back, heavy duty plastic. And then the other nice thing is when you open this, it actually does open more than just 180, so you're not going to go ahead and break that on accident, which is pretty rad.
So this is sweet because you can actually compare these like head to head.
Yeah,
they're all very similar. So same thing with that Plano is you can flip it over. They're never gonna come out because they have this groove like in between. So like the actual tracks here are raised. So it's also not gonna do that. These are actually really similar boxes. It's crazy to see. And on the bottom, you got sort of like these slotted edges. Where you can actually like almost put them together because this part on the top is raised. So if you had a bunch of these like standing on top of each other, same thing, like they're not gonna slide.
Yeah, so if you're a big boater, stacking them up, super helpful. You can also chain these together and you can lock them up, right? I mean, now granted, you can...
Can't do that on this.
Technically not the most secure thing on planet Earth, but if you're just leaving your boat out, if you're leaving your kayak out and you feel like, man, I got $200 for the lures in here, super nice. What else? It does have like a little vapor barrier, or a little bit of impregnation that's going to help you prevent rust. Super nice.
Restriction.
Yep. But yeah, man, heavy duty box. Floats, this is, I mean, that's heavy. And that thing floated, no problem.
I mean, I've literally watched a truck run over
But
this,
like
so.
in a kayak especially though, it's not hard to drop or lose a box. Having a box with this much weight that floats is nice. If this is your one day, this is like one box, I think it's $40. It's a little expensive, but what's nice is if it's like your one box that you're keeping in your kayak for a day, you can buy a couple of little containers and you can literally do whatever it is that you want to do for that day. And this is enough tackle. I mean, if you had 2 of these, that's way more. I mean, if you're using 2 of these,
who says it's enough tackle?
You got an issue with tackle. But yeah, if that's your thing,
I do.
It does make it really nice for like prepping your day. So I'm actually planning on leaving these little inserts in here and then just swapping them out for whatever my day brings. We got some more photos, we got some more footage that you're gonna be able to see of this actually on the water. But dude, I mean, little spendy, but if it's your one box, heavy duty, easy box, I'm not feeling too bad about it.
Yeah, so there you have it, guys. Like a couple of the what I would call like the premium boxes on the market right now. I'm really digging this Buzbe. That's pretty rad.
It is rad.
I do have a bunch of these Plano Edges, been fishing them for a while. I do like the convenience of that latch, easy to use, and between the 2 of these, like looking at that Buzbe, that Plano, floatability, strength, you know, like
it's
sweet.
Like preference. I mean, a little bit more money
100%.
right now. They also sell some pretty cool packages where you can get like a couple of these with a bunch of different configurations. And dude, that is, I mean, if you're gonna do like one expenditure and like that's your box setup, that's pretty slick.
It's pretty slick, man. Get that. So that's the Buzbe Colony 28, and again, just go check out Buzbe if you want to see that. Plano Edges sold everywhere. There's tackle boxes. Bass Mafia just about everywhere too, so check those out. But yeah, guys, tackle boxes, man. There's tons and tons of options out there. You know, hopefully this video is helpful for you if you're trying to decide which one is right for you. But we've got 3 of our favorites, I would say.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this makes up my entirety of my tackle box setup, and now this is going to be
this is it, my guy. This is it.
It's going to switch entirely to that. So yeah, hopefully you guys liked the video. Hopefully it was helpful for you, and if you guys want to see more, probably subscribe.
I would think about it.
Consider subscribing. Maybe smash that like. Maybe
I would just
maybe ring that bell. Maybe punch that bell.
Punch the bell.
You can do that. And again, you can check out the BurlyFishing podcast and follow us on social media at BurlyFishing. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you out on the water.